Well, the election is 54 days away. Joe Biden might be going MAGA. Trump says he's not doing a second debate, and I'm hunky-dory. How are you guys doing? Joe Biden was in Pennsylvania visiting firefighters on the 23rd anniversary of 9/11, and everybody in the room was MAGA. Some of the folks in the room were teasing Joe Biden, saying, put on the hat, put on the hat. 1, 2, skip a few. It didn't take much convincing. He threw that thing on and was smiling and happy as a lark. Now, just a few hours before, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris ran into each other at the 9/11 memorial in New York City. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris shook hands, and you can see Joe Biden is very amused. Seeing Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump all together is like when your friends from college run into your friends from back home, and everybody has to pretend that they like each other. Seeing Kamala Harris and Donald Trump running into each other, it's like when you run into your ex at Rite Aid at 2 in the morning buying Flaming Hot Cheetos. Nobody wants that. This photo is the personification of when the teacher assigns groups for a project and you're stuck with a bunch of randoms you don't really like. Now, Miss Kamala Harris, I imagine she wasn't too happy to see Joe Biden chumming it up with MAGA, wearing a Trump hat. Here we have footage of her actual reaction. Joe Biden knows he's here for a good time, not a long time. He's acting like a second semester senior in high school, but every day is skip day. He's going on vacation, he's going out for nice meals, he's wearing MAGA hats. He knows Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic elite pushed him out. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun. Joe Biden literally gave Nancy Pelosi a Presidential Medal of Freedom in May, and 2 months later, she was leading a coup against him, which is kind of iconic if you ask me. But Joe Biden, I imagine he's done. I would love for Joe Biden to go full MAGA and say, screw all of you, I'm out. Leaving Fantasyland behind, the chances of Joe Biden going MAGA are about as slim as me going pro in the NBA, so let's move on to Donald Trump in the second debate. Donald Trump put out a post earlier today saying when a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, I want a rematch. Polls clearly show that I won the debate against Comrade Kamala Harris, the Democrats' radical left candidate, on Tuesday night, and she immediately called for a second debate. Donald Trump goes on to basically say, I'm not having it. I debated Joe Biden on June 27th on CNN. I just debated Kamala Harris on ABC News. It was 3 against 1. I'm not debating her again. Now, you guys know I'm not owned by the RNC, the DNC. I just call it like I see it. And Kamala Harris, I don't think we need another debate. We need more sit-down interviews. She's only done one interview. It was less than 20 minutes on CNN with Dana Fofana, however you say her name, Bash. The moderators, David Muir and Lindsay Davis, they were combative with Donald Trump. They interrupted him, they cut him off, they fact-checked him. They never did that with Kamala Harris. Now, a lot of Republicans are saying David Muir is in bed with Kamala Harris. David Muir, he ain't in bed with Kamala Harris. He might be in bed with the bellboy from the Four Seasons around the corner, but Kamala Harris, that debate, yes, it was an utter calamity. It was a bunch of malarkey, but David Muir, if he's in bed with anyone, it's a 22-year-old named Pablo from... No, I have no problem with David Muir. I've run into him in New York City several times, but during the debate, he was like, Donald Trump, that's not how I interpreted it. That's not what I thought when I heard you say this. Are you debating Donald Trump? He's supposed to be debating Kamala Harris. Relax. Sit down, queen. Now, because I call it like I see it, if Donald Trump does debate Kamala Harris again, do not fall for the bait. They asked Kamala Harris, what are you going to do about this major issue that's affecting millions of Americans? And she was like, have you seen Donald Trump's rallies? Have you seen his crowd sizes? In every poll and every focus group, Donald Trump is up on immigration, he's up on the economy, all of the major issues that matter to most Americans. If they have another debate, Donald Trump should just pretend Kamala Harris is not there. Talk about immigration, the economy, her record of the past 4 years. Donald Trump's closing statement was his strongest because he said, Kamala, you've been there for 4 years. Why haven't you guys done this already? All right, my friends, thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. Tell me how you feel about Joe Biden. How do you feel about a second debate? I will see you on the next one. Bye.